vritti sarupyam itratra. This is Yoga Sutra 1/4. My Acharya has beautifully explained this sutra, not only this sutra, all the sutras of Yoga Darshan. My Acharya has beautifully explained in his book Patanjali Yoga Darshan. This sutra is so important for all of us, common people like us, to understand why we are getting sufferings, why we are in pains, why we are in misery, or why we are getting happiness or attachment, etc. etc. This sutra explains that. So the sutra says itratra. Itratra means in the absence of asampragyat samadhi. Asampragyat samadhi means the ultimate realization or the realization of Almighty God, or the moksha stage is called as asampragyat samadhi. So itratra means in the absence of asampragyat samadhi, vritti sarupyam, the jivatma remains same as chitta vritti. My Acharya beautifully writes in English, except the stoppage of chitta vritti, the stage attained by Ashtanga Yoga practice, that is asampragyat samadhi, the soul due to the contact with prakriti acts like chitta vritti and experiences sorrows, pleasure, attachment with materialistic world, birth, death, etc. etc. according to the result awarded by Almighty God, to bear the result of good or bad deeds coming from several births. How beautifully written. I request you to see this video again if you are really interested in spirituality. I think these words contain too much of secrets, at least for me. My Acharya further writes, in the absence of asampragyat samadhi, the soul looks like chitta vritti. That is, no difference appears between the soul and chitta's matter, which is called as chitta vritti. This is the reason that the soul suffers in the shape of death, birth and other troubles. At this stage, when soul is ignorant, the chitta feels happiness, sorrows, weeping, laughing, sadness, depression, sickness, birth, relations, attachment, etc. And the same effect is felt by the soul because the soul has forgotten its real characteristics on account of making contact with Prakriti, which is Rajagun, Tamagun and Satagun qualities. And since Chitta is made from Prakriti, for example, a wooden stool will not conduct electricity because it is made from wood, because wood is a bad conductor of electricity. Similarly, because Chit is made from Prakriti, the Rajagun, Tamagun, Satagun is also in the Chitta. Because of the absence of Samadhi, the soul is feeling as if it is Chitta only. So the soul is feeling the effect of Rajagun, Tamagun, Satagun, which are happiness, sorrowness, pleasure, attachment, etc. etc. How beautifully written. My Acharya further writes, we can say this is the oneness of the soul and chitta vritti, and this is called as unwise state of soul. Whereas the real stage of soul is, it is alive, it is free from illusion, and whereas chitta is non-alive. Chitta is jada padartha, because chit is made from prakriti, which is jada padartha, non-alive padartha. And as said above, the soul in the absence of practicing Ashtanga Yoga and in the absence of attaining asampragyat samadhi has forgotten his real immortal characteristics. This is the unwise stage of soul. So we are in the unwise stage. We have to move towards the wise stage, W-I-S-E, wise. The conclusion of the above is that after taking the birth in the human body, it is our duty to do only inspired deeds. Inspired deeds are Vedic deeds, and discharge duties towards family and nation. One should practice Ashtanga Yoga to attain the stage of Asampragyat Samadhi, like our forefathers of ancient times, Satyug, Treta and Dwapar periods. Vedas and Shastras have taught the best way of getting final liberation to adopt a traditional yoga philosophy, and that too under the guidance of a living yogi who is learned Acharya of Vedas and Ashtanga Yoga. So this is what my Acharya has written. I hope you understood. It's very, very important. I have read this sutra. I continuously read this sutra again and again. I thought of making a small audio for you also to relate. I will try to make in Hindi also. This is very, very important for us to again and again understand that why we are into this entanglement of illusion, because we are soul, but we are thinking that we are chitta vritti because we do not have samadhi. So at least we have the knowledge, we can try to fight over it. And of course we can fight and win over it only with tapasya, only with learning Vedas, only by serving Acharya, only by doing everyday Agnihotra, name jap, etc. etc. We have to become serious and we have to become ascetic, otherwise we can never achieve this stage. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.